Sit! Sit! Sit!
Did you like what you saw? Was that a bad or a good thing? Do you like dogs for fun, or do you appreciate them as workers, as guardians? Hello and welcome to my channel. Before we dive into the case of this powerhouse of a dog named Orkan, I would like to make something clear. I do not promote violence. I don't like unbalanced, violent dogs, nor do I promote them, not on this channel, nor anywhere else. I do, however, believe in and promote the type of dog that can perform well as a home guardian or a personal protection dog. Why do I do that? Because I come from a time and place when the ever so popular German Shepherd was exactly that, a home guardian, a service dog, but not quite a pet, not a dog for just anyone. Dalmatians and Cocker Spaniels, yes, they filled that spot, but not a German Shepherd, or maybe a Rottweiler, or a Doberman. But we are now in the days of consumerism, when you can have access to anything you like and fast. And we have gradually turned these once working dogs into pets. I come from the times of, son, don't touch that dog, it's a German Shepherd and you're a stranger to it. And we are now in the times of, ooh, Dad, look, I want one. And young Sonny can get a GSD now because these dogs are not what they once used to be. We have turned some workers into toys for our liking, and the remaining field on which modern society still allows these workers to perform is a sporting one. Back in the day, these were service dogs, as I have said, but their service is no longer needed, right? Or maybe I'm wrong, and please, by all means, do let me know where your opinion lies in that regard. But the truth of the matter is that we now have sport, and this sport, which does include biting, is performed under strict rules. The dog gets to bite what is called a helper, or the sleeve of a helper, who, funny enough, is exactly that, a man who helps the dog perform well. It has little to do with real life scenario where an attacker will do the opposite and try whatever it takes to get past the dog. Still, this biting part of the sport is called the protection phase. Again, it has little to do with real protection. And I, for one, strongly believe that it's the control over that dog that scores the highest points in sport. Or maybe in other words, it's not the actual dog that gets the points, but the training. So it's sport, and sports have rules, but it's these rules that act as a barrier to those dogs that have the potential to be more than just sport dogs, that actually have the genetics, the genetic ingredients to be top home protectors as well. Such is the case of this 43-kilogram powerhouse of a dog named Orkan. But before diving into more detail, let's watch this dog perform. And while I like to spice my videos up with background music, I won't do that in this case, as I would like you to watch here and really feel this dog, if I may put it like that. Let's watch Orkan.
What? Go. Sit! Sit! That's part. Sit! 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 Sit!
You see, what you're watching here is a dog that has a will of its own, which is something we get to see less and less. Modern society will see a dog like this as a danger to society, and if you're in Western Europe, chances are you may be told that a dog like this should not be reproduced. But I dare to say I would like to be the voice, one of the voices for dogs like this, because you know what? If you're in a bad situation, before the law can step in to help, your dog is actually your first line of defense. Think about that for a minute, please. And a dog that can perform well, score those points, and get the reward won't necessarily be that line of defense because they have been conditioned to respond to a stimulus and get rewarded afterward. That, my friends, is not going to happen in a real life scenario. And it takes a dog with strong will and a nice dose of independent spirit to put up a good fight and actually save you or your wife or your young ones. I'm not looking to dramatize things. I'm just trying to be real. And I know many of you know too well what I'm talking about. Not long ago, I was presenting Bernie to you, a fine sport dog, and I was trying to make the point that size does matter when it comes to a protection situation. And by the way, this is Bernie again in May 2026, so it's more recent footage. But watching Bernie from end to end, no disrespect to the owner or trainer, still makes me think of sport. Not quite the case with Orkan, and that's why I wanted not to comment while you watch the footage. And I honestly hope you sensed Orkan's presence. There is a reason I started by mentioning the time frame I come from regarding GSDs when I said these dogs were not for just anyone. A dog like Orkan is not for everyone.
What? Oh.
And I'm afraid that is exactly what frightens today's liberal, politically correct society, which will later write these dogs off as being a danger to society. Again, an Orkan will be your first line of defense before the police reach you. I'm not dissing the police, I'm simply stating some facts. My first dog, Ben, was like that, and yes, I had some situations with him. He was definitely not a dog for everyone, but I will tell you this for sure about Ben or Orkan or dogs like that. Yes, they have a powerful will and can be pretty independent, but they are not out of balance. Orkan performed just fine at other events, as you'll see shortly, and that tells us that all that beautiful potential is in the end manageable. And instead of writing off a dog like Orkan, why not use him to remind us of the good old school dogs that the police used in the past. And by the way, Orkan, I'm pretty sure Orkan would be an outstanding police dog. Doing police work will very likely turn out to be the love of his life because he has the genetic goods for it. Elements we should promote, not delete. And just before I close with Orkan performing just fine from end to end, I would like to show you again what actually made me stop and process the case of Orkan.
Okay, our second team, we have Abby. Unfortunately, the dog doesn't out, but the most important thing is that we keep strong dogs like this in our sport, and people like Abby are willing to show them. It's either you win everything or you're out, but it's a pleasure to see such a strong dog and a handler still showing them. Unfortunately, it's a DQ out of control. Thank you, Abby.
How about that for a judge? The man had no choice but to make use of the rules, but he saw what Orkan carries inside. And sir, if you ever get to watch this, thank you on behalf of many who want to see the all-type powerful GSD around. Some of you, I know for sure, will slam this dog in your comments, calling him weak-nerved. And some will appreciate the awesome canine he is. But I will say this, I watched that Orkan footage and I think to myself, wow, I've just seen a dog beat the sport. It's not that the rules were too much for him, but that he was too much for the sport to hold. I hope I have challenged you today. Please do let me know in the comments below what you think about a dog like this. Hey, here's Orkan completing the job with no problems. See you next time.
Yeah! Punch! Punch! Go!
most important thing is that we keep strong dogs like this in our sport, and people like Abby are willing to show them. It's either you win everything or you're out, but it's a pleasure to see such a strong dog, and a handler still showing them. Unfortunately, it's a DQ out of control. Thank you, Abby.